All right. Hey, folks. So this is going to be part 2 of our coil pot demonstration. So if you have not watched part 1 yet, turn this off, go watch that, do that. Okay, for part 2, this is going to be about getting the final shape of our pot. So once our pot is about thumb height, or height, I don't know why I just questioned that word. It's totally height. Durr. Once your pot's about the height of your thumb, we want to start bringing it in. So the shape that we want to create with this particular project is going to be more of a bottle. So what I'm going to show you now is how to make a shoulder, which is that turned in part. So we have a nice even lip. Remember, we do want to have our coils stay the same thickness. So they should be about the thickness of a pencil, and they're going to continue on with that thickness. Okay? Yay. All right, so for this part of the video, I'm not going to show you all how to do your coils because you should be professionals at that already, or at least amateurs. You should be kind of getting an idea of how to handle that. So this is the top of our coil pot, the lip, and instead of going straight on, I'm still going to score. Right, I'm still gonna take and score all along those edges. Make sure I create a lot of great space in there. Mess it up. I'm gonna take my coil, I'm gonna score this as well. Whoop, 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 whoop. Right, get it all scored up. And now, instead of attaching it directly on top like I have been doing, I'm gonna start by laying my coil onto the inside of my pot. That's gonna create, or the inside of the lip, I should say. That's gonna help create that little turn in and going to allow us to build this, this shape into more of a bottle instead of it being, just a bowl. Oh no, my coil broke. It's okay. Right? It happens. If that happens to you, or if you've had this happen to you, all that you need to do is just kind of layer it back on top of itself and sort of squish it together. Your clay should be soft enough that that's easily done. Okay, so I have that scored on both sides. I put that slip in there, and you can see how this is that outside edge of my lip. Right, and I'm starting to turn that coil in so you can see how it's starting to take that step in. Okay, I'm gonna blend as I go. And again, just like how we were with our pinch pot and any other time that we're working, we always want to keep, if I'm pushing from the inside, I want to keep a hand on the outside to help maintain that shape. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going with this. So I'm gonna again score along the inside of my lip. Right, and remember folks, I let this bottom part, this is my 3rd day working on this. So we do need to let our clay kind of dry up a little bit as it goes. Not too dry, but we want to get it leather hard enough so that it's able to support its own weight. If I try to do all of this in one day or try to do it without allowing the clay to dry, what's going to happen is the clay's just going to collapse on itself. So here we go. So I scored the lip. I'm going to I scored my coil as well. Add water to both. And then I'm going to, again, just sort of get that inside. And you can see how the opening at the top of my lip is starting to get a little bit more narrow. Right, you see that? And you can see from the profile how it's going straight up and it's starting to turn in. So we're starting to get that bottle shape. Right? And I'm just gonna keep on doing that. I'll get one more on the inside. Okay, so once we start getting this more narrow in here, it's really important that we're doing our blending and smoothing as we're going, because we're gonna create a straight neck after is gonna be our next step. And we don't want to get to a point where we can't get our fingers inside to smooth, okay? So make sure that we're blending and smoothing as we're going. I'm gonna score again. And this is gonna be my last one that I'm gonna add on that inside edge. Okay, so wherever you place your coil, that's the shape that your pot's gonna be. So if you wanna make a big bowl that goes out wide, you wanna add things to the outside. If we're trying to make more of a cylinder, which is what we should have been doing with our pinch pots to begin with, we're just gonna stack them right on top of each other. And then here we go, get this one on there. Get it kind of squished in again, right? We always want to be not just like laying them gently on top of each other, really making sure that that's sticking together. Get it blended. Now, as I'm blending it also, I can use that pinch method to kind of bring it in a little bit more if I want to. So we can see how much smaller now this is getting, right? Like this is getting a lot smaller. You can see that profile where it's going up and it's turning in now. So that's great. So now I'm gonna add 2 more coils for my neck. Okay, so these ones though are going straight on top. So I'm going to score the top of my lip again, score my coil, add my water to both. Now for this one, depending on how wet your clay is, you may need to let it sit up and dry and get a little more leather hard before you're gonna be able to add on top or really build up on top of this. Because we don't wanna make it, you can see here how like soft this is. I don't wanna, if it's really soft, as I try to squish this down, it might collapse it. So we wanna avoid that. Here we go, get these done. Really get this last one on there. Get in there with my fingers, blend it together. Here we go, great. So you see how I'm getting this to come up and now it's coming straight up. And again, I'm gonna score and score. Okay, and then I'll add, oh my goodness, I almost forgot to score that. That was not good. Not good, Kathy. Get it together. All right. Add water, and let's get this last one on. Here we go. Get that right there, get that right there. Break off that piece, get rid of that. Awesome. So here we go. It's starting to come along now. We're getting a little more of a vase shape or bottle shape. All right, so we can see that we're starting to have, so remember this is the base or the bottom. We have the walls, we have a shoulder, and then we have a neck coming up, and then this is the lip. All right, so that is our next step of our coil pots. I should say coil vases because that's really what we're making. So we should start winding up with something that looks like this, right? That's starting to come in and up. That's gonna be the goal. Okay, so be sure that you're giving your clay enough time to dry. This needs to set up, like this top part here needs to get a little more leather hard before I'm able to start adding to it because it's pretty soft and it's starting to lose shape. If I do want to even this out, right now is a really good time to do that while it's still wet and just kind of pinch it gently to reshape it and get it as even as I can. All right, so I hope you guys are having fun with this and aren't too frustrated or just frustrated enough. All right, make good choices, y'all. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.